Right, okay, hopefully we won't have any mishaps. Hopefully this is recording the audio properly, because I'm doing this one on my phone, because the problem with recording with this camera is it's excellent quality, but if you record for like more than 35 minutes, it does overheat and turn off, and then I basically have to wait for it to cool down. So yeah, hopefully my phone will not do that anyway. Hachette Part Works box here, so this should be the next lot of issues, and if things go off camera, I'm sorry. The only idea I've got that things are actually on screen is that basically the reflection of my phone in the TV, though I'm not using my phone's built-in mic. I'm actually using my new Blue Yeti Nano, so hopefully the audio's coming through and hopefully it's recognising it on the phone. But yeah, this issue though, we finally get our first binder. Yeah, mine has a slight niggle on the corner there, which is a bit irritating. Yeah. Oh, and there. Oh, I'm going to have to contact Hachette Part. I was fine with the niggle on the cover there, just like, no. Yeah. Seems like it was sent in a... They have been sent in a cardboard box, but it is a little bit flimsy. Which, you know, considering how much these things cost. By the way, we've got issues 7 to 10 here. I'll put... Start with issue 7 since that's the next issue along, because you get your first binder for free, and then after that I think it's £10 or £11, something like that, for each binder after that. One side. I'll actually grab, I've got a box here. This has all the stuff in it, like the bits that I'll need, so I'll put that on one side. So yeah, go to the back. Here we go. So here we are. Right, so this one seems pretty simple, just attaching panels and domes, lights to it. So let me grab my knife here. Again, sorry if this is or isn't on camera, I'm just kind of guessing. Where should I put it down? No, it's about right. It's a good job as well that because they don't give you another Allen key for screwing the dome lights on. And remember, I was missing an Allen key in my last lot of issues. Thankfully, I did have the correct bit on my set of screwdrivers. Let's check this panel, make sure it's all right. Yep, that one's all right. So this is the front. We'll essentially complete the dome, or at least the outside of it, by the end of this. So this panel goes on. It should go in here like that. Now there is quite a bit of spacing here in between the panel sections. Now some of that, it is necessary for there to be a little bit of spacing, so that basically, because obviously, you know, so it can expand or retract. Also for presumably the radio signal to get through, but it is still quite a large bit of space. I will say something I've put on my eye. You can see I've put some masking tape on there, And the reason is because when you put the dome upside down, the eye sort of jilts and goes all over the place and can easily be scratched. So I've put some masking tape on mine to stop the eye from basically getting scratched anymore. So yeah, now I need to read the instructions to see what type of screws I use for that. And it is on the next page. So on the next page it tells you screws and that. It's the AM screws that I use for this. Okay. AM screws. Ow. The eye is kind of digging into me. The problem is there's a bit of a jumble seal. EM set of screws. Just double check that again, just so I'm absolutely right. Okay, AM screw. It's this sharp bit as well. That is sharp and it digs into you. It really does. I think I left the screwdriver in this box. Yes, I did. Okay. So, basically you just got to screw this panel in. They do give you extra screws with these, which is good, in case you lose one, and that they always give you 1 or 2 extra. If I can get the packet open, it'd be nice. There we go. Ow. Gotta remember, do not let that bit dig into you. So yeah, these are standard Phillips head screws, and just gotta screw them in. Screw them in. And I'll just show you the screwing that one in just there. The first hopefully this should be easier than the other side since there's no struts or anything in the way. I say that now, but you never know. Though the more stuff you put in this dome and that, the fiddlier it gets along the way. I'm glad that the panel this time, this one, clicked in to place rather than having to hold it into place, because the other panel, which I did get a replacement of, I did a YouTube short on it, I did get a replacement panel. I think it was that one, possibly that one, might have been that one actually. Yeah, there we go. Contacting Hachette Partworks was a bit of a pain and that to get it done, but once it was there, it was all done. And that
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
That's because I didn't ask you. I swear, my Amazon Echo, like, it's deaf when you actually are talking to it. Yeah, when you're not, it's bloody, got its ears open, or microphones on. Yeah. It's a thing as though it is a bloody useful thing for setting reminders, which is basically what I exclusively use it for, and alarms. That's basically all mine is used for. There we go, there's the last screw in place, so those 2 screws are screwed in there, and the other 2 there, so I'll look at it. So there we go, there's that panel, so the front section's looking pretty good as it is now. Let me grab the issue for the rest of the instructions, which I should already know because it's just putting the other dome light and that in place. So yeah, the rest of this one is pretty self-explanatory. Put the dome light in place, which I'm going to have to get. I'm going to put the dome down because it does dig in to you. What did I do with that big large box? There it is. So here's the bits and bobs from previous issues and battery testers and stuff. But here's a dome light from last time. Goes in here like that. And then from this issue, got doesn't want to come out. There we go. Don't want to break it. The outer section of the dome light. Shall just slide across there. There's only one way this can go in. There's it's like a smaller peg and a larger peg, so the smaller peg can only go into the smaller hole, the larger peg can only go into the larger hole. Which is not that. Is it that way around? No, it's the other way around. They're also labelled right and left as well. But there we go, in there. So it goes into place, and then this can, it can only go in one way. Those little pegs are there to help guide it. Just make sure, other way around. So those two little pegs feed through into there, and there we go. It's in. Lovely jubbly. So there we go, the dome light is in there. This one I've already tested and that previously as well, but you know, if not, I'd still recommend testing it just to make sure it works. I mean, it should anyway, but you know, but I did test that one last time in the last video, and me. Right, so in this one you don't actually attach... That's interesting, you don't actually attach the dome light to the dome. They don't give you the screws for that. Like, come on, I mean... That feels like, you know, deliberately penny pinching or deliberately, you know, pulling out the issues a bit longer to say... Whatever, though, because I will be attaching it to the here anyway, so... Doesn't matter to me at the moment, but still, you know, like, cause just me, I don't like having loose parts around, because the more loose parts you have around, and that's obviously the more likelihood is that you're going to basically, you know, lose something or something gets damaged. We've got two itty bitty screws. And basically we're going to screw this into there, which is a bit of a fiddly job. So show that there, and then I'm going to do the rest here so I can see what I'm doing. I will say, at least, you know, with Hachette Part Works, like, they didn't ask us actually to send the damaged one back and that, so, you know what? It may have been a bit of a hassle to actually get in contact with them, but once I did, they did just sort it out, and that, no questions asked. And I didn't have to fart about with sending the other one back, and that. So effectively, I've got a spare panel, and technically also a spare dome light. Not the full dome light, but just the LED part itself. That one. So there's a little bit of wobbling in there, so all the way in. Just check these are tight. These do not feel like the highest quality screws, like. But there we go, it's in there. It is in there, so great. I'll put that in the big box, and that is issue 7 out of the way. Yeah, there's nothing else in there, so that can be some cardboard for the bin later. So want issue 8 already. Hopefully we're going to attach the dome light in this one. Pull that down. Cut open the box first so I can easily open this. Right. Okay. So in this one I can already see we get the screws for the dome light. And it's wanting us to put the dome light in first. Okay, and those use the BB screws. So, right. Okay. We'll get the dome light back out. I'll just pop that on my desk there. So I assume it must be these ones that aren't labelled, because these ones are labelled AM. So I'm assuming it must be these ones that aren't labelled. Yeah, no labels on this one. Yes, it is. Now, so yeah, as I said, they don't give you, you know, for those of you hope you held on to that Allen key. As I said, I never received one, thankfully. Set screwdrivers to the rescue. And is it this one? Let me just check. Yes, it was. Okay. It's actually easier with this anyway than an Allen key would, and also quicker. But you know, I tried to do it with the kits, the bits in the kit that, you know, they provide. But if they haven't provided it, there you go. And I'm not going to ask off for a bloody Allen key unless I absolutely needed it, when I can just fart on myself. So I'm gonna put the screwdriver down a second. So I'm just going to show what I'm going to do, and basically this wire here, feed it through there like that, and then there's two little notches that fit into place. Smaller one and a larger one. I can't tell which one's which actually. Okay, the larger notches on that side, so there we go, that's the way it goes in. And then there's two little holes for the screws that go in on top, which, yeah. Now, here's how the actual domes lights are attached in the show. But yeah, I don't know, on this, I don't know, it just makes it a little bit finicky doing it this way, but hey ho. Right, so that first one I've put in a good most of the way. I'll leave it a little bit of slack before tightening it up. But yeah, essentially all they have to do is give a little bit of pressure down and press a button. This one hasn't actually gone a little bit. So it's not quite in there yet. Yeah, this screw has not actually made the other screw hasn't made contact. I get distracted when I'm talking. Right, this. And also it's a fiddly bugger. Yeah, the bottom one's attached, but the top one bloody hasn't. I don't know if I can show that, but look, that's not gone through. I think I have to hold the dome light down a bit harder. Press a bit more. There we go, it's going in. Right. So it is definitely attached now. It is very finicky though, it is bloody finicky. And I don't obviously want to scratch the dome light. This is probably an awkward angle. Come on. My attachment is stuck. There we go. God. I haven't actually gone yet through. God, that top one, has it gone? Yeah, it must have. It must have, it just keeps spinning. The top one, but it is in there. Yeah, it's definitely on there. It's not moving. If anything goes wrong, I can always tighten it up later, but yeah. There's a bit of muck around there, and I want to try and let me get a cloth. Get a muck off there. There we go. There we go, get that little bit of muck off there. That dome light is in. There we go. It's looking better. Already. My shirt keeps folding upwards. But while I'm at it, I will put this screwdriver away, because I don't want to lose it, or lose the bits for it. So, all praise the electric screwdriver. Right. The next bit should be simple, just adding the next panel. Going back to the back. Oh yes, tape it down. I forgot, it asks you to tape the wire down in place, so not included. And that, but I do have some masking tape to hand.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Again, I'm not even remotely seeing anything that sounds like... Yeah, it bloody insists on yapping. There we go. There we go, just tape that section down there inside. Just to, you know, stop any damage happening to the wire. I'm really worried about this eye. I really want this eye to get secured in place, because the more it bloody rattles around in there, the more I'm worried it's going to bloody cause damage. So on this section here, let me just check, make sure I haven't skipped anything vital. No, I've taped it all in place. So, panel! So basically, screw the panel in place. 3 screws this time around. Nice and easy. AM screws, which are right there. Just check that the panel is okay. Yep, thankfully this one's alright. So this one is the other front section, back section, sorry. This one goes here, I guess. Slide it in, hopefully. No. There we go, so it slides into place and hopefully will click in. There we go, so it clicks in slightly. Enough to hopefully hold that bit in place while I put 3 screws in place. They don't sit that flush, to be honest. Yeah. I wish these panels would sit a little bit closer. This is becoming harder and harder to kind of sit on my lap with 2 dome lights in there. And the eye stalk. It's a little bit harder to rest it on your lap easy. But you know, hopefully. Okay, so I just knocked one of the packets onto the floor. Okay, it didn't have anything vital in there. Right, which one am I doing again? That one. Okay. So, yeah, it is easier doing it a little bit by little bit here. And that, there we go. Get that panel on there. But I wonder, because the bottom section, the skirt, you know, it's not all separate panels like that. It is, like there's, I think it's, I don't know, I'll have to have a look at the images of it again. I'm assuming, though each and every hemisphere is a separate piece. In fact, it's 2 pieces that go together. So, yeah, how many issues will they spread it'll be the hemispheres, the things that they'll spread out probably the longest. All 56 of them. But yeah, it's interesting they're doing it top down rather than bottom up. There we go. I'm just hoping that, you know, it'll continue going like that and we don't have like loads of random bits all over the place. Well, there we go. That bit's still there. It's still not quite flush there. It is screwed in. I'll just double check it's tight as it needs to be. I don't want to overdo it. Yes, it is. Yeah, it doesn't quite sit that flush to it. I'm going to put the dome down again. That's issues 7 and 8. Flying through this time. What's this one? 9. Ooh. That's a magazine plasticky smell if I've ever smelt one. Ooh. Yeah, mate. I do have the Hachette Partwork email address, the direct email where you can send them images and stuff, which should hopefully make things easier. Anyway, box there. I think it's just adding more panels again. Not thrilled about that being a bit like that. Look at this, look at that. Oh, the magazine's damaged at the bottom there. And I think it's just like, oh, who cares about that? Well, the thing is, you're paying for the magazine and that as well. Yeah. I'll probably live with it though. I don't know if they'll send us out a whole nother magazine. I'll mention it to them though. Anyway. Of course the last one's more complicated to put on. Great. This last bit here. Right. I'm going to have to read this properly there. Okay, so we've got some small plastic sections to put on. Another couple of small plastic sections to put on first. Okay. They're not on the other page. Or am I just putting screws into them? Showing a plastic section there. Stop showing it on there. Is it in the box? No, it's just this. What? Two back. They're already in. Right, they're already in. I've already... Okay. Wait a minute. So use 2 screws by... Whoa, skipped ahead a bit. In the first 4 steps, we improve the fit by removing the 2 connecting parts fitting the 2... So I need to remove them. Okay. In the first steps, we improve the fit by removing the 2 connecting parts and fitting washers between the parts. Identify... So I've got to remove those back 2 bits and add washers in between them. So wait, did you find a fuck up along the line and then just say, oh, let's, rather than issuing it into an earlier issue, we're doing it again here? Weird. So it basically wants me to take off those 2 little back sections there, remove them, put washers in place, and then put them back. Thing is, I wish I'd have known this at the time as well, because, you know, otherwise you don't, because you tighten them as much as possible as well. Well, let's hope I can remove them without stripping any screws. And again, I'll just double check it's the right part. Position 2 washers on each of the 2 rear screws. Refit 3H. It's not even showing you the other one, actually. They're not the best instructions there. But essentially, it's this one and this one here, those 2 little bits that help hold the dome together, I need to remove and put washers in their place. I'll do one at a time though, help the dome stay in place. So there it is, that bit of plastic. I'm assuming this is the washers because it's got no label on, the other one's got the correct label of the screws on there. I don't know why there's so many washers included actually, because you should only need 4. Oh, that's why there's so many washers included. Look at that, and look how thin it is. God, that's thin as a piece of paper. Those are... Jesus. Those are some of the smallest bloody washers ever. I'm going to put the screwdriver through the hole and twist it, and hopefully they pop off. Because, God, getting them off there without them all going all over the place, this is going to be a fiddly job. They don't want to come off either. They really don't. Right, there's one. I don't know if you can see how bloody fine and fiddly it is. There's two. I'll do the other two afterwards. Not asking bloody much, is it? Right. Because they're so bloody thin as well. I can't pick them up off here. They're so thin and flat. It's fallen onto the dome there, and I can't bloody pick it up. I have to try and get it to bloody stick to my finger. There we go. The only way to literally pick it up is to get it to stick to your finger. And the problem is this dome will not stay in place either. This is going to be so fucking difficult. In fact, actually, I think the better solution is, rather than put them on the things, put them on here, and then put the screws through them already. And the fact that there's bloody two of them to do, So, right, it goes that way. I keep dropping them. They're that thin, you can't pick them up. Oh my god, it's so irritating. What do I do with this? So what I've done is I've put them in there, just so they kind of stay in place there, because there's a little wedge, and then start putting the screws through first. Like, put them onto the dome that way, because it shows in the instructions to basically put the washers on there and then put the bit on top, which will make them fall off. So I think doing it this way will be bloody easier. Oh yes, Jesus Christ, how the hell did I manage to do that? Right, now to screw it in place again. I'm hoping it's not going to ask us to remove all the other panels. Like, seriously, come on. It's on there now. That was needlessly complicated. And a needless pain in the arse to do. Now let's do it on the other side. Hooray! Got the panel. Right. Need to get the washers off of here now. Seems to be working out far better this way now that I've got a plan of how I'm going to do it. So now that they're both in there in position, this is a far easier way of doing it than what I was trying to do initially that was shown in the instructions. That's in there. Now to put the 2 screws back into place. This just feels like extra steps for extra steps' sake. Yeah. Because there's another couple of little panels and that connect the 2 things together on the front. And imagine if you bloody lost these screws while you were doing it. Jesus Christ, because it doesn't give you more of them. It expects you to, you know, not have lost the same ones. Hallelujah, people, it is in place. Now it's to fit this. This one's wrapped in extra tissue. Why not all of them wrapped in this? Gives it a bit of extra protection. And there we go, there's the back panel. There we go, there's the back panel on there. Lovely. And then it's... Is it 4 or 5 screws? 4 screws to pop it in place. Me grab this. So however we are with this, pop that on, pop the 4 screws in, excellent, nice and easy. Good. Right. And they're BM screws. Not BNM ones though. Just BM. BM. Good. You hear that crick? Look at this thing. It's so bloody like. I hate doing this. Oh god. Admittedly, I do not have the space. Like, I imagine they're probably imagining most people are sitting doing this on a table. I don't have the space because unfortunately the only table space I've got is taken up by my laptop and everything else on there. So yeah. And I'm not moving that because it's got a bloody million hubs and everything wired up into it. This one seems to be the easiest to screw in though, actually, because there's the most amount of space. Coming along relatively well with this one actually, nothing catastrophic has happened so far. At least. He says, don't bloody touch wood. Last screwing, and then we'll be on to what was this, issue 9, and then we'll be on to issue 10 and that. So there we are. Back panel is in. It's not flush with each other. That one sticks out a little bit more. Yeah, it's flush on that side, like with each other, but they're just not all quite even. Itchy nose. Right, let's put the dome back down again. What I'll do while I'm at it, put that in there, and put my extra screws and that in the extra bits box. Number 10. Look at how bent these get. Honestly, look how bent they get. Yeah, disappointed with that. That's a load of rubbish. Bin. And this will be the last bit of the outer bit of the dome. Oh! Okay, it is in this one. Right. There you go. Look how... Ew. We crinkled up these issues are as well. So, this one is really battered actually. I don't know how well it's shown on camera, but it is battered up. Right, we're finally fixing the eye in place. Oh, thank God for that. Pardon me. So, okay, I'm going to read this out. So, take the dome assembly from the previous issues and check that the eye is the right way up. Well, it is. Well, it was. Let me double check. Right, so it's managed to spin itself around. There we go. Let me just check it's the exact same as it is in there. Yes. Yeah, so it was the right way up. Now it's the right way up again. Hooray. There we go. Basically, the right way up it should look like that. Anyway. Circle above as a point to point towards the dome, yeah. Right, so now I need to put on these two washers. Okay. That sort of clip on into place, these metal washers. It's a very small, tight box, this. Oh, there's a load of stuff in there. Why does the issue automatically... They always seem to bloody fold themselves shut when I put them down. 10D. Alright. Keep that in there. 10D and 80. Oh, that's the spring. So gently take them out. Right. So that's the bit of D. I can't find those washer bits. Unless they're in with something else. No, they're not in with that. Are they in with the spring? Yes, they are. They're included in the bit with the spring. Okay. Okay, fair enough. There they are. We get two of them. And we need to put them onto the eye. So there they are, onto the eye there. Hopefully that is showing up. Let's put them on there so they can rest in place. There we go. Oh yeah, that's a lot smoother now actually when it goes. Okay. Are we screwing this eye into place? Please tell me we're screwing something into place. Right, so now we need to take this plastic cover section here. Fit the spring 10C onto the shit. Okay. Mm. I'm just looking at this thing again. So it's that way around. Something like that. One of those circles looks like it's in the wrong place. Oh, one of those circles. Is that in the wrong? Right. And what kind of screws was it again? AP screws. AP. Right, let's find the AP screws. That's the spring. That's BM screws. AP screws. Okay. Right, so here's our little spring. And we'll move that bit of plastic out of the way first. So the spring section goes onto the bottom here, like that. And then it should locate into place. Like there. And now I've got to put and screwing this piece of plastic over the top, which will then keep the bloody eye in place from now on. Just working out the best way to do this. Problem is the spring is pushing it up the whole time, so you know, hopefully it stays. But yeah, these are teeny tiny screws, and this is going to be a big job. Oh no, it's going in, it's going in. Oh god, I don't know if this is entertaining for anyone, probably not, but hey ho, there you go. I'm documenting it more for me, so if I know where I've gone wrong, there you go. That screw just doesn't want to stay in. Like when it's not tightening up like the others. Is it not on the thing properly? No, it isn't. Problem is with this thing, you cannot bloody see what you're doing. Like those bottom screws are just not tightening, they're not staying in. They just kind of get there, and then when they get to the bottom they just kind of freely spin, they don't tighten. It's bloody weird, this thing. Like that first one tightened in perfectly, the others, no. Like they're in there, but they still spin round as you twist them. But it's not moving, it is on there. And it isn't bloody moving. Let's get a light in there. That screw isn't locating. There we go. That's right. The screw is not going all the way through to the bottom, so it's not locating properly. I don't know if you can see that, the screw hasn't gone all the way through. Oh! The spring came out. Actually, the spring doesn't need to be in here at the minute, so I can leave that out, actually, for a second, while I do this. But it's just not going in. Why? There we go, that one's in. The top one mustn't be in. I've got a light here so I can actually better see what I'm actually doing. There we go. Got a screw! Got a screw! Right, I'm going to hold the control up. Okay. And is that one still spinning around? Yeah. Let's take that one out. Right, they just weren't locating in place. That last one just doesn't want to locate. For whatever reason. There we go, maybe it was. That might have been it. Hang on. Hang on. I just dropped the last screw and I think I'm sitting on it. Give me a... Oh, God. I couldn't find it. I heard it fall down, that last screw. Thankfully I did have one spare left, but yeah, it wasn't clicked. That thing, you have to really push hard with that to click it fully into place, otherwise it won't go on. Now I can put the spring back on. And back in. Nothing's currently keeping the spring in place, actually, other than that. But there you go, the eye now will now stay level like that. So it won't bang all the way down. So there you go, and it'll actually stay in. So, hooray. Right. Back panel to go. This is in the nice little plastic lined tissue bag. So that's our last little piece. This spring, I'm going to put that aside just a second while I put this in. I think I'm going to put, I think I'm going to just tape the spring down for now, because it keeps popping out all the time, because again, nothing's holding it in other than friction. So, last bit. So, plus, with that out of the way, I'm free to just put those last 3 screws in place. But yeah, that was the only nightmare that I spoke too soon. It was going far too simply up until that point. Right. And after this, we will have the dome. Complete. Supposedly. I don't know. I've got a feeling, possibly, that I may need to remove this hatch at some point. And the reason I've got a feeling of that is because, well, I'll show you in a second, but, you know, why would they leave a gap at the top? And I hate having to undo, you know, things that you've already put to bloody together. But we will see how it goes. Sounds like one of my neighbours has just dropped something. Some pottery or something. It came from next door. So you can see there it's attached. I'm just wondering, would they leave this, you know, for an access panel for later on possibly? Oh, that isn't quite fully on actually. Just pressed that and it gave a bit of wiggle. Give them a little bit tighter there. No, it's still giving a bit of wiggle. Oh god, I can hear kids next door singing badly. Yeah, it kind of clicks in a bit there, wobbles a little bit. Do the back one up a little bit more. It's in there though. It's in there, but yeah, there we go. So there's the dome, complete. At least the outside of it is. Because, where'd it go? There it is. As it teases, there's bits for the next issue. And that which, I'm assuming that is the mechanism for the eye? Maybe? I don't know. We will find out next time. Well, I remember, next spring. Next spring I'm going to get some masking tape and just masking tape it down for now. In place. So I've just put the spring down there for now just so it doesn't fall out or anything. And that's for now. There you go. There is the dome. Hooray. This is very weighty now. Very, very heavy. And that, you know. I mean, this thing will be almost certainly heavier than the actual prop is, like the prop domes. Because obviously, you know, they're not made of, what is this, aluminium, maybe? Some sort of metal. Whereas the actual props are obviously made from fiberglass. But, yeah. Now I've got to go clear all this stuff away, contact Hachettes, and, yeah, there we go. Put the dome down. There we go, people. There we go. Maybe. I can't press the button. Press the stop button. No.